everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm watching Pitt play their bowl game today, and we're going to talk about my 10 favorite cars that I drove this year. Now, this year was a little bit abbreviated because I coached track and I didn't do any reviews from March, April to June, I think. So I only drove 16 cars this year, but I still drove some really cool stuff this year. So we're going to talk about my 10 favorite cars that I drove. All right, number 10 is right here. This is the 2019 Gran Turismo Maserati Cabriolet. This thing was beautiful, finished in a beautiful blue. Didn't do too great on views, only got 415 views, but this car looks great, sounds great, and I enjoyed reviewing this one a lot. This is from Porsche Mechanicsburg. I think a lot of the cars that I drove that were my favorites were from Porsche Mechanicsburg, so that is number 10. I really enjoyed this Maserati. Okay, number 9 was this 2018 Audi RS3. I think I actually reviewed this car before I started coaching, but this car was awesome. It's what I look for in a car, meaning small, lightweight, lots of power. And I don't know for sure, but I think this car was tuned or had some sort of modifications that I wasn't aware about because it was so fast. I often talked about like this is the antithesis to like a Hellcat that I drove. So yeah, there's an intake that was not stock. So I don't know how much power this had, maybe 420, 430. But this thing handled so well. The driving experience was fantastic. I loved it so much. So we're going to see another Audi coming up. But that is number 9. All right, number 8 is the 2022 Audi Q4 e-tron, and I absolutely love this thing. Reason being that I want this to be my wife's next car. This is a all-electric SUV from Audi. I think it looks great, finished in this color. I want my wife's next car to be an electric car just to offset my spending of money on gas on the Bronco, but this thing looks great. Although there's a lot of Audis on this list because they're all great cars, but this thing looks fantastic. I love everything about it except for the price at the moment, but this is a great car. That's number 8. All right, number 7 is the 2022 BMW i4 M50. This is another electric car. It was all electric, but it has the equivalent of like 500 horsepower. This thing was awesome. I think it looks great. It is legitimately an all-electric M3 fighter, finished in the Alpine white. Drove a good amount of electric cars this year, but this one is probably my favorite. It looks great. The price is decent. I love the interior. Let's try to find the interior real quick. Yeah, this is just a fantastic car inside and out. I love the design that BMW is going for. They're not going for just being weird for the sake of being weird. It really looks like a BMW through and through. So this is number 7, the BMW i4. Okay, number 6. Now we're getting to the heavy hitters here, but this is my number 6. This is a brand new 2023 M4 competition convertible. This thing was insane, meaning it was way faster than I thought it would be. It looks fantastic in the black. I love the kidney grills and the design of everything about this. The interior is updated for 2023. I mean, it's just a great car. I enjoyed it a lot. It better be good for $100,000, but another BMW on the list. I guess I prefer the Germans. Maybe I like to review cars that I prefer, which is what I like to do. But this is number 6. This is the M4 competition. All right, number 5. We are in the top 5 now. This is the 2021 Lexus LC convertible. This is my father-in-law's car. I mean, this car is so underrated for car guys. It looks fantastic. Nothing else in the road looks like it. Plus, it has a big naturally aspirated V8. I mean, it just looks so futuristic. By the way, look at that Bronco. It looks so good. It's a beautiful car. It is fast as hell. It sounds great, and it looks great. I mean, what more do you want? Yes, it's an expensive car, but it is fantastic in just about every way. Here, let's just take a look at the interior very quickly. But I mean, just look at it. All you need to do is look at it. I keep getting these ads that show up. But it looks fantastic. It really checks all the boxes, and it is a Lexus, so it's going to be reliable. Fantastic car. Nothing looks like this inside and out. I loved every second of this. So that is number 5. It's a great car. All right, number 4 is the 2021 Audi RS6 Avant. This is the holy grail of Audis. This has been the forbidden fruit for the U.S. for a while. This car just came back to the country for this generation. The thing looks fantastic. This has got to be the best looking wagon, I think, on sale. It's just a great car. There's my buddy Jake right there. I mean, just look at it. This is one of the best looking Audis of all time. Their design, I think, they do not make a bad looking car. Big thanks to my buddy Brad for letting me drive this. But almost 600 horsepower, twin turbo V8, sounds fantastic, looks fantastic. I mean, this has got to be one of the best all-around cars for sale in the world right now. I felt very, very lucky to drive this one. I love this car. Another Audi on the list, by the way. But yeah, this is number 4, the RS6 Avant. Okay, now we're into the top 3. This is my buddy's 2022 Cadillac CT5V Blackwing, and I'm just gonna say it. This is the greatest manual car I've ever driven. Supercharged V8, almost 670 horsepower, and it is a 6-speed manual. That is why this is number 3 on the list. This absolutely checks all the boxes. It looks fantastic. That electric blue was just, oh, beautiful. Plus, it has a manual, and it looks like this. Sounds great, looks great, fast. This is one of the fastest cars I think I've driven too. Again, 668 horsepower, and it is a manual. Let's just go back. Just look at it. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. My buddy has all the carbon fiber. Big thanks to my buddy Adam for letting me take this thing out. I mean, I don't review Cadillacs very often, but this is going to be also the holy grail of Cadillacs, I think. It's a fantastic car. It looks great, sounds great. Again, checks all the boxes. That is my number 3, the Blackwing. Okay, so number 2, I think you might be surprised a little bit because I thought I would put this one at number 1, but you will find out why it's not number 1. But this is a 2022 Porsche 911 GTS Cabriolet. It's fantastic in every way. I'll just say it. So the other thing that's funny about this is that the owner of this car is my buddy Kevin, and he has already sold this for a 911 GT3, and I have been dying to get my hands on that because that is a GT3 with the 500 horsepower naturally aspirated 6-cylinder, but a manual. But this car was the PDK, and it is 470 horsepower. It's just the most perfected sports car there is. It looks fantastic in the white with the stripes. I mean, you're not going to get me to say anything bad about this car. It's perfect in just about every way. With the drop top down, you got the sound of the flat 6 back there. I was just pinching myself that I had access to this car. I didn't want to give it back, but big thanks to my buddy Kevin for letting me take this thing out. I mean, the 911, it doesn't get much better than that other than if I ever got my hands on like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini something, but Porsche just makes fantastic cars. They're surgical in their precision. It's great in every way. I really wish, I'm hoping that I can get my hands on his GT3 before he gets rid of it, but Kevin, don't get rid of it. Let me drive it before you do. But yeah, this is a fantastic car. Very expensive, but you get a lot for what you pay for. I mean, just look at this. It's just a beautiful car. End of story. That is number 2. So here comes number 1. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be surprised. I don't know if anybody even stayed this long to watch the video, but my favorite car I drove this year is my car. This is my 2022 Ford Bronco. I waited for this thing for almost 2 years. It's sitting in my garage right now. I love it very dearly. It's been a great car for my family and I. I love it. It's the best car I drove this year. Does it perform and do all the things that 911 or that RS6 Avant or the LC500 does? No. But I can't afford those, and I can afford this, and I saved up my money for a while. This is my Bronco. It's my favorite car I drove this year. I will be holding on to this car for a long, long, long time. My daughter is sitting right over here. Maybe I'll give this to her when she turns 16 in a couple years. How old are you? 9. Yeah, she's 9. We'll give it to her maybe in 7 years. I don't know. Who knows what the future will hold, but I'm definitely not getting rid of this anytime soon. I never thought I would own a Ford, but I love everything about this. It's comfortable. You get to take the tops off. It's decent power. You can go off-roading, which I haven't done very much, but I plan on it. I'll have many, many years to do that. But this is it. This is my favorite car I drove this year, my Ford Bronco. I hope you guys enjoy all my videos. I will continue to make them for as long as I can while I'm still having fun doing it, which I am. So if there's anything you would like to see me review next year, leave me a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Such a gorgeous car. So have a wonderful new year, and I will see you next year. See ya.